Good day, my little robins. It's me, Beth. Another month has come and gone, which means if you haven't already read the title, we are back doing my monthly favourites for the month of July. These videos are pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to share with you guys some of the things I loved, watched, read the month of July. Before we begin, if you'd like to support me and the channel in the future, you can by clicking like to show me some love. You can click subscribe and tap that bell to be notified of when I upload on this channel. Enough rambling, let's just dive straight into July favourites. I want to start off with like a super quick review of the music video and the new song from Ice Nine Kills called Hip to Be Scared featuring Jacob from Papa Roach. For those of you wondering and asking why I didn't react to this on the channel when I've reacted to Ice Nine Kills in the past, from what I've seen from other reactors, they struggle to get like copyright, and I like to have the video up and not just an image. But anyway, yeah, Ice Nine Kills, I love them. I am obsessed with American Psycho, so all the little references that were scattered, I was like, yes, yes, yes. The good thing with Ice Nine Kills is when they have a theme, when they have a story, if they are basing, for example, like the Silver Screen, based off horror films, they do their research, you can tell they love it, and, oh, the video was perfection. Personally, I would have liked more Jacob because, his voice is, when you hear him sing, I'm like, yes, 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 that is Jacob. I cannot wait for like the next single and the album release towards the end of the year, probably a Halloween release. Now, in 2018, Architects and Ice Nine Kills went head to head for my favourite album of the year, and spoiler alert, Architects won. In 2021, we have already had new Architects, and we are expecting new Ice Nine Kills at the end of the year, so hey ho bands, let the battle commence. Japan-wise, I reacted to Destros and Disqualia. These were two new bands in my eyes, but for most of you watching those, you know you already knew the bands. I mean, hell, you requested them heavily. I love learning the history of like all these like Japanese bands and like the overlapping members. Oh, you can go down like a rabbit hole really easily. Also, Fate Gear got double the attention, you know, the month of July. I reacted to Scars in My Life, the English version, and it blew my mind. And then they released the music video for Battle Against Justice, and if, like, the English version of Scars in My Life blew my mind, then, well, you can check out my video reaction for Battle Against Justice because I was speechless. Again, my mind was blown, and it kind of made me actually think, okay, Fate Gear is a band that I might have sat on, but now I'm not going to sit on the band any further. Also, the month of July saw me delve back into Scandal and Nema Filler. You know, if you can check out all these like Japanese reactions, I will leave a link to my Japanese playlist at the end of this video. Western bands need to take note from like some of these amazing bands on how to do quality songs, quality videos, and like mind-blowing live performances. Oh, but that doesn't mean like America wasn't repped the month of July. Two American bands made it. We have August Burns Red and Motionless in White. I did two video reactions, and you know what? Those two bands are titans of like their genre, and it goes to show that like even though years have passed, they are still top of their game, and they are never going to be knocked off top. Now onto the TV portion. Ghost Adventures had a brand new season start this month, and even though like it's only like a couple of episodes in, despite being over 20 seasons like long, this show still has me on the edge of my seat and like gasping and like shock. Ghost Adventures, it's the pinnacle of paranormal investigation shows, and sticking on the paranormal theme, you know, I finally checked out Destination Fear, which stars Dakota, who kind of got his start on Ghost Adventures. It's a pretty interesting concept for a show, you know. Something I am learning about these paranormal shows is they like to go to the same location, so it's nice to get like different takes on locations I've seen on other shows because you get different evidence, or is there same evidence? Yeah. Anyway, here's my side note. If my brother told me to go and spend time in a haunted building isolated from others, the answer would be hell no. Help My House is Haunted has a brand new series, which I am shamefully admitting that I binged in 2 days. This show got like another like cast replacement. This time Psychic Ian Lawman is like the new guy on the block. I loved him in like Ghost Chases, and I just think he's got like a whole like chill like vibe, and I really like the way like that Barry and Jane and him like have these interactions, and I'm like, okay, maybe this is the cast, you know, that Help My House is Haunted should stick with, because there is chemistry, there's also paranormal, there's gasp, shock, horror moments in this series, and still I stand by the fact that if my house was haunted, these would be the guys I would call. And the only non-like paranormal show that I watched, or in my case binged, the month of July is 911 Lone Star. That is right, this is like the sequel or like spin-off to, you know, 911, which is a show, again, I will shamefully admit I binged when I watched like at least 3 seasons within like a 4-day to like a week sitting. What I like about this show is that, you know, there's drama, there's like really serious moments, there's like friendship. I love the chemistry between all these cast members. Pretty much the premise, I will give you a basic plot. You have a New York firefighter, played by Rob Lowe, who survived 9/11, while the rest of his house was unfortunately killed. He is brought into Texas to help like another firehouse like get like back on their feet after an incident leaves pretty much another lone survivor. Liv Taylor, oh my god, like she shined in this first series, and I'm very upset that, you know, that she's not back for season 2, but hey ho, that's what happens. People leave, people get replaced. Who knows? But yeah, 911 Lone Star, I cannot wait for season 2 to be released. And this is a series that, you know, is easy to spin off, so it'll be interesting in the future what else Ryan Murphy does with this series. The big July film was, of course, James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. I'm not going to go into spoiler territory, but holy shit, this blew the original out of the water. You know, there was like enough like familiarity from like the first one with like Harley Quinn returning, but we have a whole new cast of really colourful characters, and colourful is a term that definitely can be used like for this like iteration of the Suicide Squad. Sometimes there was like a little bit too many characters and I was like a little bit like all over the place, but like in all good films, you know, it all works out in the end. James Gunn he did good, and I really hope, you know, that this film gives like the Suicide Squad franchise as a whole like a whole new lease of life, because it had such potential first time around. So fingers crossed that, you know, second time around that James Gunn can keep elevating the series. On a side note, is 2021 the year of like John Cena? I mean, first he was in Fast and Furious, now he's in the Suicide Squad. That's one busy man. I would recommend going to the cinema with an open mind when it comes to this film. On to the final topic, which is video games. This month I actually went out and bought Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin. I actually don't mind like the Monster Hunter series, but like it's not a series that I pick up every single game when it comes out. But this is actually a really good game. You know, there's a lot of story. You don't really have to have played number 1 or kind of know. You need to know a little bit about the Monster Hunter franchise, but you can go into this as a brand new player. Oh, yes. I'm currently halfway through because I've been playing other games and I've been busy. But when I do play this game, it's easy to become engrossed, and I could spend hours, you know, grinding levels with my little monsties. After completing Fire Emblem Three Houses for probably the 5th or 6th time, yes, I'm not sad, I've put over 400 hours into that game, I picked up Fire Emblem Awakening on the 3DS. Now this is probably the only Fire Emblem game that, you know, either came out on the DS or the 3DS that I never played when it came out. I have played other Fire Emblem games on the DS and the 3DS, but this one I don't know why I kind of skipped it. I think it's because people told me that compared to the story and some of the others it was a little weak, and I am only about a quarter of the way through, and The story could do with work, and the games that came after this, you know, the story is so much better. But I love the chemistry between the characters and, well, Crumb. Crumb is bae, and I'm just like, every time he talks or looks at me, like, I'm just there like, oh, that is one good looking man. Yeah, Fire Emblem Awakening. I'm happy I gave it a chance. This little bugger cost me quite a bit of money. I think it cost me £32. I don't know what it is like recently with like the 3DS and DS games like suddenly like jumping up in like cost. But yeah, £32, well spent. And if you're a fan of like the Fire Emblem series and you want something to play on your 3DS, then check out Fire Emblem Awakening. Sticking with Fire Emblem, this is actually a re-download. I actually got this game like when it first came out on the phone, and it is Fire Emblem Heroes, and I have deleted this on and off depending on how much space I have on my phone. It is one of those gacha mobile games, you know, you put money in, you get characters that you know and love from the series, that have like differing like star ratings. Yeah. I re-downloaded this when Fire Emblem Three Houses came out, because I wanted like all the Three Houses characters, and well, I re-downloaded it again, and they have a lot of characters. There are so many characters in the Fire Emblem series that, you know, this game makes perfect sense. Pretty much you make a team, you go out, you do story modes, and like you kind of like coming face to face with like characters from like other games in the series, which is really interesting when like you're interacting. And especially when you're building your team, you don't have to stick to like just one Fire Emblem game. You can mix and match characters from different like iterations, and you know, you get the perfect team. For a gacha game, it is one of the more tedious ones, I will admit. It's not like that easy to get into. There's a lot of tutorials, and I feel like sometimes I need to like watch them again. But yeah, if you like Fire Emblem series, then check out Fire Emblem Heroes. If like me you fell down like the rabbit hole of Arknights, another gacha mobile game, sorry I've got an itch in my eye, then Alchemy Stars is a game you should check out. Like, when it comes to these, like, gacha games, like, you're always looking for, like, what mechanics make it stand out from, like, other games, like, within this genre. And Alchemy Stars has, like, a really interesting, like, battle system, because you have, like, 4 colours, yellow, blue, green, and red, and you have, like, randomly generated tiles at, like, the start of a battle, and you kind of got to, like, match lines to get, like, big combos of certain colours, but only certain characters can attack on certain colours, so you kind of have to think 3 steps ahead. So really compare it to Arknights. Arknights has a lot more content, it's been out a lot longer, but for me Alchemy Stars has like a unique battle system that makes you think like 2, 3, even 4 steps ahead if you want to get like max damage. Like you have like, well, you have the characters, they are adute, they are cute and adorable. I think I went to mix adorable and cute and came up with adute. I'm a weirdo like that. And like you kind of are always experimenting with like different combos to try and get the best team to beat levels. It is definitely on like a curve. Like it does start off pretty easy, but pretty much I would say about halfway through the chapters that have already been released, it goes from like a 0 to like a 10 really fast. Yes. Alchemy Stars, what can I say? I'm a sucker for gacha games, and that just wraps up my July favourites. So, there we have it, guys and girls of the internet. That was just my July favourites 2021. I hope you guys learned something about me and my taste in like music, TV, film and video games. In the comments below, I'd love to know some of the things that you guys love the month of July. It doesn't have to be in those categories. You can tell me whatever. Let's just start a conversation in the comments. Let's just wrap this up before I continue to ramble. If you'd like to support me and the channel in the future, you can by clicking like to show me some love. You can click subscribe and tap that bell to be notified of when I upload on this channel. At the end of this video you can check out my last 2 videos or playlist depending on what mood I'm in when I'm editing this. Until next time, I am Beth. Goodbye.